Hello, hello, you beautiful soul. Okay, so I had a message come through today for somebody who naturally just gets the love. Okay, I was getting like, people can't help but crush on you. And I was hearing that Van Halen song, Hot for Teacher. um, this is really interesting because I have been on both sides of this, and Spirit just wanted me to say some words. Okay, I'm gonna say some words, and if they resonate with you, then good. If not, move along. I love you anyways. So the thing is that some of y'all, all of y'all, are so lovable, right? Your energy is so divine. It is so juicy. Like, I'm just seeing that people really, really, really enjoy being in your energy and the things that you have to offer. Not just your energy, but, your, I don't know, charisma, like your, I'm hearing like your wit, like you're really funny, and smart. Like, you always seem to know what people need to hear when they need to hear it, right? And this is such a natural gift for you. It is such a beautiful and sacred gift. And that's part of being a light worker and a starseed, right? Is to be here and to be an example of what unconditional love looks like, okay? And so what happens whenever you meet people, sometimes they're their human vessel, their 3D self, their, matrix mind will get caught in this developing a crush, right? Or like feelings, or they're just like, oh my gosh, I need this person, I want this person, right? And this is something that I'm familiar with, right? Like 222 as I look up, I experience a lot of this actually. And I've gotten practiced at, gently letting people down in a very loving way of like, how spirit puts us in alignment with other people to learn lessons or, have conversations just simply for our benefit outside of romance, and, so there's that. Is like spirit just wants you to know how much of a gift it is for you to be able to attract the people that you do, and that it is so natural for people to mistake, um, in a very naive way, mistake your ability and capacity to love unconditionally for a romantic situation, right? I've even dealt with this recently. I have a very amazing friend that has been brought into my life within the last month, love him to death. He's like my dad, like I knew that immediately. I knew that he was placed in my life to be that character, right? And initially, because of the love and compassion and generosity that I have to share with my friends, there was a little bit of a moment where, he's thinking I was his soulmate. And I'm not laughing because, to laugh at him. I'm just giggling because it's so cute. It's sweet. You know what I mean? It's so sweet. And it comes from such a place where people are trying to fill a void, and they're seeking something to validate themselves, right? Or maybe even they know that they've been asking for a prayer to be answered. They've been asking to meet somebody who will shift their perspective, who maybe will just reaffirm to them the things that they've been feeling or healing from or learning, right? So I'm using him as an example because now all that stuff has worn off, 444 as I look up, because I have very gently and compassionately expressed the dynamic of our relationship truly, right? and it's reciprocated. He teaches me, I teach him, and he's my new bestie, right? This last month, like, we spend several days a week together, lunch, whatever, you know? So there are people in your life who have been placed there as, like clients, I guess you could call it. I don't want to say projects, because that just sounds weird to call someone a project, or like a mission. Like this person was sent to you, you were assigned to this person on a mission. We could even say it that way. I don't know how to say it in a way that doesn't sound weird, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like, sometimes there are people that come into your life that are there for you to teach and just be an example, a blueprint for whatever. And they develop these feelings, and it is your responsibility as a light worker, as the starseed, to set boundaries and to stand firm on those from a very loving and unconditional way, because that also teaches people something, right? But to go a little bit further, and I have been victim of this too, a couple of times actually throughout my journey, is being the teacher and falling for the student, right? Like, if you've listened to this point, if you've listened to this part, then you know you know that it happens. Like, you know that it happens. It's happened to me. It's so sweet, and sometimes you can't help it, especially whenever you meet someone who has the same type of energy that you do. Oh, there's a motorcycle. I love motorcycles. So, I mean, especially if you're new to meeting other starseeds, right? Like, this even just happened to me last year. Like, I met another starseed, another, medicine person, and was like so obsessed. Like, so obsessed, just like, oh my gosh, because I had never met somebody like that before. You know what I mean? Like, I never met someone who was like me in that way, or who understood things the same way, right? So that most recent one was interesting for me, because I was like, what am I doing here? There's a lesson in this, is what I'm getting to, because, and again, I'm using myself as an example, because that person, right, the person that you are aligned with, right, that spirit has aligned with you to have this experience, right, to learn this lesson, is there to show you or mirror something to you that you either want for yourself or that you want to be, right? So again, the last time that this happened to me, like, I developed a crush on somebody who spirit had placed in my life to just learn from, right? And vice versa. It's reciprocated, both learning from each other. When this happened, like, I had to sit back and think, like, what is it about this person that I have a crush on, right? Like, what is it about this person? And what is it that I want from them? Okay. So at the time, I was still seeking validation outside of myself, right? I still wasn't completely in love with myself, right? I still was looking for something outside of myself. And then to look at the actual person, I discovered, I'm like, okay, it is this certain quality about this person that I really adore, that I really love. And it's not that I want that person, I want to have that same quality, right? And so by being in an experience with this person, or aligning myself with this person, I have been given an opportunity to learn what it looks like to be A, B, or C, right? Does this make sense? I'm hoping that this makes sense. Either way, regardless, Spirit just really wants us to give ourselves grace whenever we fall for these things, and give other people grace whenever they develop crushes on you or feelings or whatever, and they're trying to work through their own process to determine or discern what it is that you have that they want, or what type of an exchange this is really truly meant to be. And whenever you do, like I said, whenever you do fall, stumble, whatever, and do your thing, just give yourself grace for it too, and learn from these lessons. And then eventually you'll get to the point where you are comfortable where you're at. You know exactly what it is that you are looking for, or you're so secure with like, even if you are in a relationship, right, you can securely in your relationship go around and still do your light work, still do your missions without causing any disruption in your relationship through jealousy or whatever, right? Because whenever you have these solid boundaries within yourself and you can stand on it, right, and your partner or whoever it is that you're in a relationship with trusts you and they see how you handle yourself, right, it's easier to move and do your work without your partner thinking, oh, they're going to develop feelings for this person, right, or they're going to have a crush on this person. And who cares? A crush is a crush. It's just it's not like you're like, it's not even that big of a deal, right? Like, I don't see crushes as a big deal. I think it's very innocent and it's very sweet, and it usually comes from a very a very innocent place. Like, you're just like, oh, there's something about this person. I'm just like, right? So right now, Spirit's just also saying, like, you should be crushing on yourself too. Like, you are so divine. Your energy is so divine. There's no surprise at all that people crush on you, that people find you magnetic or attractive in whichever way, shape, or form. It's because you heal. You're a healer, right? And you know this. And just even the smallest interactions with someone can give them more energy, love, understanding, compassion, and than they've ever experienced in their whole life, right? So it's like, how can you not love that in return? Some people are so deprived of unconditional love that whenever they get a little piece of it, they just want more and more and more and more and more, And ultimately, it is our job as the light workers, as the starseeds, to teach people and show people how to cultivate that self-love, that relationship with their higher selves, like that crush to develop on themselves, and like, just leading by example. I love you so much. You're amazing. And if you're hot for teacher, then that's fine. No judgment. Seriously, no judgments. But just reflect, reflect on what it is about this person that you find so, desirable or whatever. And if you're the person who gets crushes on, like people are crushing on you, take that as a compliment and just know that you're on the right track, that your energy is so divine, so tasty, so delicious, that people can't help but appreciate that. You know, does that mean that you should let people overstep your boundaries? No, of course not. But you just see it for what it is, and you know, if anything, you should just love yourself even more, right? For doing the work, for getting into a position where you can truly help people just by being yourself, you know? So, anyways, I love you so much. You're amazing and you're beautiful. And like I said, your energy is tasty and delicious, and people want it. They want it. They gotta have it. They crushing on it. And I understand why. Trust me. I get it. I so get it. I love you.